What do you need to make your own shoes? Maybe I will surprise you, but all you need are just a few hand tools, a piece of leather, and a few more materials, and I will show them to you in this video. So the first thing is quality leather. This is vegetable tanned cowhide leather, and its thickness is 2 millimeters. So this is perfectly suitable for making this type of shoes. And I used the same leather for all the leather parts and also for the leather welts. Even for the leather welts, you need a leather that is 2 millimeters thick and not thicker. Yeah, sometimes people are not able to buy 2 millimeter thick leather strips and they buy 3 millimeters, for example, and that's too much. So if you cannot find it at your supplier, you can cut them yourself. I will show it to you in this course. I like to dye the leather myself, so I use alcohol-based dyes. Of course, you can use also different dyes that are suitable for leather, for example, water-based dyes or acrylic dyes, and even you can buy pre-dyed leather with the same qualities. So it's not a problem if you buy pre-dyed cowhide and you don't need to dye the leather yourself. If you want to use lining and make all year round or winter shoes, you will need some kind of lining. Here you can see a thin leather lining. The leather has some maximum thickness 1 millimeter. Usually it can be 0.7, 0.8, but we will work with 1 millimeter. Here you can use different types of leathers, but please use leather that is suitable for contact with your skin, not some kind of sofa scraps and so on. Then you need material for soles. I use a rubber sheet for soles, and this size will be enough for both my shoes. The thickness of the soles, it's variable. You can choose what you like. I usually use 3 or 4 millimeters, but you can use 1 millimeter or even 6 millimeters. But if you use 6 millimeters, the shoes will not be 100% barefoot, but they will have the very similar qualities than barefoot shoes, but a little bit thicker. You can use rubber welt for your shoes. The rubber welt is around the shoe, and it protects it from humidity, and also it protects it like mechanically. So it's not needed, but if you want it, you can use it. It's great for autumn and winter shoes. You can use some kind of insole if you like. For example, for the spring and summer, you can use a thin insole that is flat, yeah. Or for the winter, I like to use these warm merino insoles. If you need your shoes a little bit softer than the usual barefoot concept, you can use soft Eva foam that you will glue that you will glue between the lower leather part and the sole. Yeah, so it will soften your steps. Then you need some kind of lacing. You have many options. You can use ready laces that you buy somewhere, or you can make your own laces. I like to use these leather laces, and I even dye them myself. I submerge them into the dye, and I can have color that I like. Or these cotton laces, I just put endings here, and I make my own laces that I like. Another thing that you can use, but you don't have to use, are eyelets. your holes for laces will look more neat, but it's not needed. Yeah, if you want to, you can use them. So I think we are ready with the materials now, or not. The last material, of course, it's thread. I like the most polyester waxed thread, that it's 0.8 millimeters thick. You can use even 1 millimeter thick thread, but then the sewing will be a little bit harder, yeah, but it's still usable. You can use different materials of thread, linen and so on, but the polyester waxed thread is very durable and it's easy to work with, so I like it the most. Of course, you need glue. You need shoe cement that is suitable for gluing leather and plastic, leather and the rubber sheet for soles. So please choose the right glue so your soles really hold well. I use glue Vukolep or Renia and so on. For example, maybe you will find different kinds of glue, so you can discuss it in our Facebook group with the others, because in every country you may find different glue marks. If you have at home a bigger amount of glue, it's great to have matching thinner, yes, so you can thin the glue if needed. And of course you need some kind of wax for finishing the leather, and you can use this liquid leather balm or even this firm dubbing, for example. Yeah, I have just a little bit of it right now. So, and now let's have a look at the tools. You are able to make your shoes without lasts, without sewing machine, with just a few hand tools that you can see here. You need tools for drawing, pencil or pen, rulers, scissors for paper. It's really important to use different scissors for paper than for the leather, because if you cut paper with the scissors that are for leather, they will not be as sharp, yeah, so please use different scissors to cut the paper. You can use measuring tape, or if you don't have measuring tape, just take a lace, yeah, and then measure it with the ruler. It's also possible. Another tools that you need are this spacer that has two tips. I use a 6 millimeter pitch between the tips, but if you have a bigger size of feet, you can use 7 millimeters, and for the children I recommend 5 millimeter pitch. Then you need simple awl for marking the holes on the leather, and center punch with 1 millimeter punch, and rubber mallet for punching the holes through. And of course, for punching the holes through, you will need some kind of pad. Yeah, please use just a softer pad, for example wooden. It's better for making the holes. You need quality scissors that are suitable for leather, but if you like to cut the leather with knife, the quality knife will be enough. This is knife with 30 degree blade, and if you use knife, you will need a cutting mat, and please don't use the cutting mat for punching the leather through, because you will have holes in it then. For sewing the leather, you need a saddlery needle. It's a blunt needle because we do the holes before and we don't need sharp needle. You need two brushes, one for painting, one for gluing. And for roughening the leather, you can use simple sandpaper, and if you put it like this on a wooden block, you will work with it very effectively and very easily. And there are some optional tools that you might use, but they are not needed, but I will show them to you. Instead, of the sandpaper, you can use leather skewer that will not only roughen the leather, but it will also thin it a bit. But it's not like needed. Yeah, it's optional. Then also the pliers can be very handy. I'm sure you have ones at home, because when you are sewing 2 or 3 layers at the time, sometimes it's quite hard to pull the needle through, and you can use pliers. To make the holes for laces, there are 2 options. You can use round punch with a 4mm hole, or if you have at home punching pliers, you can use those. If you want to cut your leather strips at home yourself, you will need the cutting mat and also some kind of cutter. I like to use this rotary cutter, but if you like working with knife, you can use also quality knife and some kind of bigger ruler to cut the leather yourself. Then you will need a lighter for heating the thread, heating the ends of the thread. But if you don't have it, you can use also second glue. Yeah, so the thread just doesn't holds on its place. And very handy, it's a paper tape. You can use it also for holding the pattern on the leather, and also to adjust the pattern. If you find out that your pattern needs adjusting, you don't have to redraw it again, but use just the pieces of the paper tape to adjust it. So that's all. When dyeing the leather, you can use gloves so your fingers are not colored a few days later.